Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to Friday Packs with Jim and Jim. And happy Father's Day weekend to all the dads out there. Jim, I know you're a dad. Your son's here with us.
Yeah. Videographer there for us.
Yeah, Jake the realtor. But no, seriously, happy Father's Day weekend. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend. But Jim Goza, branch manager for Top Flight Home Loans, and today, as always, I have
Jim with Remax. Welcome back. Glad you can make it.
Yep, glad to be back.
Jim, give me some good news about rates, please.
Well, I do have some good news this week. The inflation data actually came out much lower than the market anticipated, so pricing has improved some. That's good news. It's trending in a favorable direction, so that's what we want to see. Also, the Fed came out and said that potential for 2 rate cuts this year, 2025, despite tariff concerns.
That's great. That's great.
So, not a foregone conclusion, excuse me, but we'll see what happens with that. But all that's good news, right? So it's not all bad. And June is home ownership month. Did you know that?
We love that, don't we?
Absolutely.
Everybody's buying.
That's right, which ties into what I want to talk about today. We want to talk about the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval to purchase property. So, Jim, what is the importance, or why does a buyer need a pre-approval or pre-qualification letter?
Well, it just shows me as the listing agent that these people can close on the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
yeah, it's rare that I don't even know if I've ever seen a contract be accepted without some type of approval, right?
Right.
A letter of intent, right? So there's actually 2 forms. Some people know this, some don't, but there's some confusion around it. So this is what I basically want to kind of dive into today. But the pre-qualification letter basically is a glorified credit check. The buyer will complete a loan application with a lender of their choice. They'll go over some product options, but they'll stop. They just look at the credit based off what they submit on the application. They'll use that to qualify them.
Yeah,
right.
Just not far enough.
It's not. They don't. It's not validated, right? A pre-approval actually goes a few steps further.
Yes.
Which is we do this. We do this on all of our buyers. But a pre-approval basically is when we actually do the same loan application, credit check. We'll start validating the income. We'll collect the income documentation. We'll go a step further and collect the asset documentation. I love buyers, and there are a lot of honest people out there, but at the end of the day, some things that are, whether it's honest or dishonest or whatever the case may be, sometimes the information, if we don't ask questions and validate,
definitely
it presents issues down the road. We don't want that. I'm not a time waster, and you don't want that either, right? So it's powerful, and we actually go one step further than that, and we submit it to an underwriter. So they back up what I've said. The reality is, Jim, I don't approve loans. I originate them, right? It's my job to say, okay, yes, based off what you've provided us, you're approved. Nothing's ever 100%, right? But it's as close as you can get. So we go those step furthers, and the decision maker actually says, yeah, I agree with your analysis. Pretty powerful, right?
Definitely.
And I know when I've given you that for your buyers, we've actually won contract bids as a result, just because it was, the seller's agent was aware that that's what it was, so they could go to their buyer or their seller and say confidently, hey, these guys actually have been underwriter approved already.
Yeah.
Right. I call it working backwards. We do most of the work on the front end, so it eliminates a lot of this stress after.
Yeah, it makes buying much happier.
Right. So I could talk about that all day, truthfully, but I know Jim has been frustrated, and he's had a situation, not recently, but has had a situation this year where a lender actually sent a pre-qualification letter over, and they did not validate all the information.
Right.
And it didn't close. I think it was a week or 2 before the close date. That's not what we want, right? Puts me in a bad light, puts you in a bad light.
Everybody.
So that said, you were telling me earlier about some good news with housing market. What are you seeing?
Yeah. The market's picking up. Things are selling again. It was a little lull there for a while, but homes are moving. In Davidson County, they're still staying on the market a little longer. The outlying counties are selling a little better.
Okay.
But the market's moving again.
Good. Looks like some positive information. It's not all bad, is it?
No.
Oh, wow. But we're good. Well, glad to be with you guys again this week. Next week, we're actually going to dive a little bit deeper into why we get the pre-approval, what's involved, when to get it. I can already answer that question as soon as possible, but why is that? And you're going to like what I have to say about that because it's going to answer a lot of those questions that, believe it or not, Jim has had, and me too. With that said, I know we've got a great home of the week this week.
Yeah.
What have we got?
We've got a home in the Nippers corner area of Nashville, in the Granbury School District. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, brick. It's only $549,000.
You let it go 400 then.
Probably.
Probably not. Well, bring your pre-approvals if you already have them. If you don't, come see me and I'll get those for you. But no, love to talk to you guys. If you have questions or want to give us a call, please do. If you want to further our conversation about all this. But otherwise, we'll see you next week. Once again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Have a great weekend.